honor of the Sabbath, I'm gonna give my philosophy on how the blessings of obedience come. And what I would say is the blessings of obedience come actually through faithful obedience and understanding. So, for example, if you rest on Saturday, right, it's kind of like less is more. The world tells you you need basically 2.5 days off, right? So Friday night you party, Saturday, Sunday, right? And then what happens? Everyone is hungover and pissed off on Monday. But the thing is when you walk in holy obedience to God, when you set apart only one day of the week rather than two and a half, then what you do is Sunday becomes your Monday, right? And so you don't feel like you're owed more than you actually deserve. So God's law actually is good because it tells us like what we're actually worth, kind of. And so if you only rest one day, then you really focus on it and you really do get good rest. Whereas if you have all this time, it's kind of like an abundance of choices means you have no choices, right? There's like 9 billion channels, and then you have the internet, which is even more than that, right? And so you almost are like in a panic on what to choose, right? Because you're trying to indulge your flesh, right? And that's also the thing with like, people get a 3-day weekend and they try to like cram in more activities when they really should be resting even more, and drawing closer to God. And my other opinion is like sometimes it's not really an opinion, but there are small compromises you can make on the Sabbath, like the ox, right? Your animal is injured, you pull it out on the Sabbath so it doesn't die. But the thing is, some of these compromises they come a little too close to work. Like for example, we're trying to move somewhere, and my wife was thinking of moving on the Sabbath, but I mean that's pretty labor intensive. And so we decided, like, you know what, we're just going to lose that day of moving, but we'll take it on faith that God will like honor that, right? And that's kind of how I treat a lot of things regarding the Sabbath, because the Sabbath is about rest, right? And it says don't kindle a fire. Well, I don't know how many fires people have kindled. I've only done one or two, I forget, but it's kind of hard, and so that's why like I don't mind turning on the oven because there's no work there. You know, I can take the L on that if I'm wrong on like one of the five sort of points of the Sabbath. But I think we really got to understand to be blessed and obey. All right, Godspeed.